Hello. Today we're going to fix up this hand plane. Alright, I did a little buffing on that side, so it was a little rusty. It looked more like this when I got it. So, it's another little bit of a relic from my father's garage. So, we're going to take this guy apart. It is a Hercules. At least the blade is a Hercules. That's right. Let's see if it'll focus in on that. Yeah, it's a Hercules. So, I believe. So, let us work on taking it apart. So I took the wire wheel to the hold down piece here. Just got the rust off it. It's kind of, I think it'll turn out nice. So now we're going to do chip rigger. Chip rigger. Turn up. Okay, so we've got, I just basically was using that to get all the rust off. These little chips of rust. So this, we're going to do the majority of this on sandpaper. We're going to get this on the sides on that. But now, we're just going to take a little brush here and get in here and get all this crap out. This may have been painted at one point because I'm seeing like paint bubbles there where paint settled on it. Oh, that came off, so that's good. What time is it? Why is my clock? 5 a.m. Alright, so we're back after sandblasting, and as I thought, this was definitely repainted at some point because the paint just blew off this stuff. Okay, so the flat part of the thing, I can't remember what it's called right now, that and the frog are both cooling down. They were under a heat lamp and paint's dry on them and it looks okay. So what we're going to do now is we are going to start take some sandpaper to these pieces try this one, but we're definitely going to sand this and this. We're just going to start at probably 80 grit, and then I'm going to work my way up through all the grits I have. So let's go do that, and then eventually we will get to sanding these pieces. Save that. Okay, we're going to start at buck 20 here. We're going to hit this. We'll do a little bit on this, then we'll let it cool off because it's going to get hot. And then just move down the line, and then we'll just go up the grits as we go. Let's see. Let's move this out of the way. Get some more light. You can really see the temper line here, right across here. So this is all hardened down here, and this is all soft. So that's our temper line. So can't really grind it past that. So I don't want to heat this up too much because I don't want to screw that temper up. You can see there's these, let's see if we can get it in the thing, but there's these circular like grooves, scratches in it, and that was in there when I got it. So I think that's factory. Back over here at the workbench, got our pieces out of paint. So let's take tape off them. Go. Now we're going to take down these sides on the belt sander just to rough them up a little bit, and then we'll do the exact same thing we did with the irons, which actually turned out pretty good. I mean, that iron looks really good. So I'm very happy with how that turned out compared to how it was. And then eventually we're going to put an edge on that. So we'll do that. That's the last thing we'll probably do. So we're going to take this, put this on the belt sander just to get all the crap off it, just remove all the stuff. And then for flattening, we're going to check, we'll check the flatness of this piece. We'll do that with a marker, and we'll do that all on sandpaper. We just lay out on top of something very flat. So let's go do that. There. Put your fan on. Alright, took the respirator off so I could talk. You can see that belly there is really showing where it is, and up here it's not even either. So we are all over the place with the bottom of this thing, and we're gonna get it super smooth. The sides really don't matter that much. Just get them nice. But we'll clean that up with this is an 80 grit belt I got on here now, just because I knew I had so much removal I had to do down here. So once we get this more in line, get it kind of evened out. It's alright if it has a little in between here. It's mostly these edges back in here. We need to get this fixed, and up in here, and all around here. Once we get that taken care of, we'll switch to a 120. But I'm going to let it cool down a little bit because I don't want it to get too hot. So we'll be back after we switch belts. Pause. Oops, we take your respirator off. Alright. Well, I put about another 10 minutes on that grinder and it's getting there. We just got a little divot here, a little divot here, a little divot here. So this is the one I'm worried about the most. I want to get one back here. I can get this one down, but I want to get it even. I don't want it to be like front, like tipped forward. So kind of got to do it all, slowly bring it down. If I can get that down really small, where it's not, if I can, when it starts to pull away from the front, and then there might be one right there where it dips in just a little bit there. So that's the next thing. So back to the grinder. Well, not even a grinder, just a belt sander. But I'll let it cool down a little bit first. So be back. Oh, get me out of this thing. Oh my God. Oh, there we go. All right. Whew. So I switched belts to the 150 because what I feared happened was what happened is that I just gummed up the 80 so much that it wasn't doing anything. It was just producing heat. The second I put 150 on it, hit this, a lot of this came up. I still got this little spot right there where it's not all the way down. A little spot here and a little spot back here, but I can live with that as long as it's not down on the sides and it's not down there. There's a little spot right there at the mouth where it's a little wrong. But then I took it on here, hit it on the sides, and now we're going to go through the grits on. We're going to just probably start at 150 here and get the grit lines all going one way. We're not going to do the bottom. We're going to do the bottom. We'll do the bottom on. So we're just going to do the sides. Just the sides. Just to get those nice. There we go. Down to 320 on it. It's kind of a foggy finish. There's some pretty deep scratches in here, but I think those were there when I got it. So now we're going to work on this. Almost done. Alright, so for the bottom here, I've got some 100 and some 220. We'll save the 220 for last. That's going to be our last pass. We're going to do this 100. I'll take this. Take this. We're going to take this relatively flat surface we have here. Brush. Brush this off here real quick. Spray that down. We'll take this 100 and we'll stick it to it. Hey, stick. It's not sticking. It's not sticking. It's getting nice soil. Let's see what happens. This is what we're going to be doing. That and a lot of it. Just a lot of that. Oh, come here. What, wrong way. There we go. Let's get right. Right there. All right, we're gonna be doing that and a lot of it. So to prepare for that, we're gonna draw lines across our plane here. These are the areas that we're mostly concerned with. Now we're going to sand this thing until these lines are gone. So let's see. Where we're at. Well, from our initial pass here, we can see that we're taking a pretty even edge off there, but we got a really bad spot here where it's high here and low over here. So from what I'm seeing by this pattern is that the whole plane is twisted. So this, it's got a, looks like a corkscrew. So I don't know, this doesn't seem like a lot. We'll try. We'll give it a little more elbow grease, see where we're at here in a little bit, and then come back to it. So you don't need to watch this. It's going to be boring. Alright, let's see where we're at here. Alright, I can still just barely see those lines that we put in right here where the thing is. There's some lines back here, but honestly, I'm really not worried about the back of this plane. It's mostly the front half of this, and this is just to keep it flat. So a little bit of a twist back there is okay. So I did switch out and go to another piece of 100 here. And then, so now we are going to put the whole thing back together. And then once we put the whole thing back together, well, we're gonna blow it out of there first, get all the crap off it. Once we put it back together, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to tighten everything down. We're not going to put the blades all the way down so, like it's in planing mode. Put the frog in, put the handles back on. I haven't decided, I might just leave them that way, I don't know. Because they show a little wear, and that's okay. But we're going to do that, and then we're going to do the exact same thing we just did once everything's all tightened down. We'll mark it down again. Go to 220, give it a couple sands across the thing, and see if we're all good. So that's where we are next. All right, let's see if we can remember how this thing goes back together. This. Alright, so we got our plane together. We got our plane all together right now, but we're not done. I've got the blade, I got the blade here pulled way back, so it's there's no, it's not doing anything right now. So now that we got it all buttoned up and put together, we're gonna come back here and we're gonna do the same thing we did before. I'm really mostly worried about here, like this, and we still haven't put an edge on this blade too, so it's a little bit, it's all right, but it is well under there. It's under there. So this is where I want to worry about right here, because that was the trouble part, and that's where all the magic happens, because that's where you're pushing into it. The rest of it's just to keep it flat. So do that, and we still got some lines back here, so we can get rid of those too. So back to our handy dandy thing here. We got some 100 here. Spray it down. Oh, we got it all buttoned up. And then let's see how she looks. Alright. Well, you can see we still have that spot right here. But back here, it's pretty good. It's pretty good back beyond the thing here. It's just that spot right there. So, let's see how that looks. Still got that spot there. Still got that spot there, but it's not too bad. It's not completely gone. Let's switch this out. Go to the 220, finish it up. All in a day. Alright. Let's just give it a couple more lines here. Oh, we still gotta put a edge on the blade, but that's quick. Alright, let's see what happens. I want to do this final one when everything is all locked in and the plane it's all screwed in and everything's done, because when you put that frog on, it could you're putting tension on it, screw it in there and stuff like that, so could pull out that little corkscrew that was in it. Alright, let's see. Yeah, still got that spot there. That one little spot right here is where it's bowed out. It's like you can just right there. It's got a divot in it. So this whole side has to come down. So I'm just gonna sit here and just do this until it goes away. And then when you come back, it'll have gone away, and we'll be putting an edge on the blade. Alright, so here we are, all done. I took and I just lightly sanded these and then just shellacked them. And then I polished up these screw heads and I polished up that screw that's down here. Hard to see it, but it's polished up. I wheeled it, got everything done. Got all this, so I got the blade set. Looks nice and fit. So now let's plane something. Got this big hunk of mahogany here. Let's see. Getting nice. Really has super thin. Come on, focus. 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 Anyway, it is super thin pieces there. That is really thin piece of mahogany there. So overall, I would say this was a success. Well, that concludes our hand plane restoration. I do have to get a screw to hold in the chip breaker and the blade. I didn't have one, and the one I hacksawed I couldn't get to work, so I just have to find one of those right now. Just this whatever this thing's called is holding it in, so it needs that piece, but other than that, works great. So I had a lot of fun with this. This was just a plane that was in my dad's garage, sitting under the workbench. You know, it's not a crazy rare or expensive plane or anything like that, but it's a plane that I can use now, and I did, and it worked on that mahogany just right. So if you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. If you really liked it, give it a share, and if you super liked it, go ahead and subscribe. So I'm still in the process of tearing my whole shop apart and redoing a lot of things, so new build videos will be on the way when that gets done. First thing I'm going to do is build a new stand for new miter saw that's showing up. So thanks for watching, and you guys all have a good day. Oh my god, this thing must chews through battery. Hello. Today we are going to change the battery on my camera.